Welcome, listeners, to another edition of Podcast 17. This is episode 181. I am your host, William, and with me today is Emanuel. He's below me. Hey, Emanuel.
Hi.
Wave up. You gotta wave up. No,
wave hi.
He's too.
Just
No,
hi.
wait. Okay. He's too busy eating, and also with us is Vic. Hi, Vic.
Hello.
No video for Vic ever.
Why?
Yeah,
Yeah, why?
don't know.
Because he's Romanian.
You do know.
They don't have webcams in Romania.
We don't have cell phones in Romania. Cars. It's crazy.
Internet.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Romania.
know? Did you guys know Anonymous was supposed to take down the internet today? Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
That's
right.
gonna happen.
And not a single fuck was given.
They said they were going to take down the root DNS servers, but I don't think people realize how redundant the root DNS servers are. I won't get into it. Networking is my passion, but anyway, I should move.
Anonymous.
No, I'll leave it here.
All bark and no bite.
Yeah.
They never do anything cool anymore.
So we got Emanuel on the show. This is his first video show, and
That's correct. This is my first video.
and I think we're going to have you show us your apartment, right? We
Yeah,
did it. We
we'll
did
do
it
that.
last week with Glenn and Philip. So I'm gonna, whoa, bam! Look at that, full screen Emmanuel, and and show us
All
around,
right.
Emmanuel.
Alright, so this is the couches and team. Right? It's weird. It's like it's kind of zoomed in a little bit, so it's kind of hard to show you guys.
Is that a dog? Where's your dog?
It's the This is really bad at showing video. Is it zoomed in?
No, it's fine.
It's okay.
Okay, well, this is the living room. This is our Carl Sagan poster.
Nice.
Isn't
Nice.
that cool?
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
Really
Yeah,
cool.
It's really high quality print. This is our 4x6 foot print of Happy Cat.
NEDM.
This is awesome.
That's NEDM cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
AKA Happy Cat. That's the tables that I bought. The table.
That chair is
And-
backwards.
Yeah, it is backwards. Well done. This is the kitchen, and this is the backyard. With a cat on the chair.
Where's your dog?
I'll get him in a second.
Cat. I love how the cat has its own chair and all.
Yeah, it will only... Can't throw it away. Rover! Rover! Nope. He ain't coming.
He's sleeping.
He's lost interest. And that's it, that's my apartment.
Cool. And you live with
Cool.
other people, right?
Yeah, one roommate.
Guy or girl?
What do you...
Guy or girl?
Roommate?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You know a woman that would live with me?
Move your camera up now so that we're not looking at your hairy arms. There you go, perfect. Okay, so we ready to go with the show now? We good?
Yeah,
Yep.
let's do it.
Alright. Podcast 17 news, Australian DST, the final leg of daylight saving starts in Australia tomorrow. Today's Saturday, so tomorrow, Sunday. So we'll be back in sync fully, globally, all over the world, even for you Australian listeners, tomorrow. And we still have our all point...
When in Australia?
What's that?
I didn't know that they had time in Australia.
They do. They have time.
It's fascinating.
Also, our All Points Bulletin is still out. We're looking for a dedicated reviewer to do video games and review all sorts of fun stuff. No payment, but you get the games for free. So that's good. If you're interested in that, email Gerardo. He has some applications. He's got some people through the interview process, but you're not too late. It's Gerardo, Gerardo, at podcast17.com. And yeah, send him an email. Also, in Podcast 17 news, we're going to be shutting down the Minecraft server, I think, starting tomorrow. Actually, I think maybe after the podcast I'm going to do it. Well, we don't have a lot of people anymore, and I just don't have the time to maintain it. And there's another server up there by most of the fans of Podcast 17. It's called Creeperside. So if you have subscribed to the Minecraft server, or if you're part of the Minecraft server, you should be getting the emails. So check your email on more details about that. I won't talk about it. But if you haven't, just shoot us an email to get the full details. But also look for Creeperside. You can subscribe to them. We're going to be sending our world file to Creeperside, and they're going to make it like a separate world. But yeah, they're better at maintaining servers than I am. That's basically it.
How much the Minecraft service cost? Like, if you want to buy one.
Well, we pay about $90 every 6 months for ours, and it's pretty laggy. So, Creeper Side's got a good one. Okay, so let's move on. I guess Vic, you're up. CS
I'm up.
blog.
Yeah, CS blog. So, yesterday, CS:GO was updated. Um, uh, Lots of new additions, most notably Arsenal Arms Race, which is the second Arsenal mode game type. It's kind of like the classic gun game gameplay. You get a gun and you shoot someone. You get a new gun instantly. If you get shot, you respawn instantly. It ends when someone
Wait, is
reaches
it FFA then? Like, is it team?
Yeah, it's still team, but
Okay.
it's you who has to do the winning, not the whole team as a whole.
Okay.
It's just you. So there's two maps right at the moment. Shoots and baggage. Shoots is kind of like this little Vietnamese campsite, I guess. It's pretty fun. Baggage is kind of like this German airport baggage sorting area, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like gotta keep your eye up, gotta keep your eye down because there's floors everywhere. It's crazy, conveyor belts, unbelievable. And there's also the Aztec, which has been added to the classic game mode. It's pretty much the same, but they've removed a little pathway leading from the terrorist spawn to the river underpass.
Do they still got the bridge?
Yeah, they still got the bridge, but I mean, they've still got that whole area, and the terrorists can still get to the river, but they have to go through to the main junction in order to actually do it. Like, they can't come through the spawn anymore. Which quite frankly makes it even more CT-centric than before. Terrorists have a really hard time doing well in Aztec, so I mean, there's been really no changes apart from that. They did mention that they were going to be changing it up a bit, but there's none of it at the moment. Apart from that, they've added a couple new weapons: the auto snipers, Scar 20, and the G3 SG1, and casual mode now is the Zeus X27, which is kind of like this little taser.
Oh, they did have the
like a-
taser. Cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like one shot, then you can't use it anymore. It costs about $1,000, so it's pretty expensive, and you can only use it close range. But if you get that one shot, whoever you shoot dies instantly. Some major adjustments to recoil, like recoil is way better now. Some adjustments to grenade damage, jump and land penalties, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Cool. Yeah,
It's really enjoyable.
Arms
It's
Race sounds
definitely-
fun. I didn't know they were going to do a separate, like, Arms Race game mode. I thought they were just going to do Gun Game and then that was it, but it seems like there's two versions of Gun Game now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're both really fun. Arms Race is a lot of fun, but it's also really challenging. You have to be on top of your game,
Yeah.
and you have to make great use of each weapon. It's really fun.
I have to admit, I haven't touched Counter-Strike in a lot of weeks. Probably since I went to Florida, Emmanuel, so it's been a long time for me for Counter-Strike Go. But
What?
Yeah.
Since you've been to Florida, as in like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, that's a long time. I missed
That's
all these
not long.
updates.
I haven't played in years.
But
But it's not my fault though. It's their fault. So they should deal with it.
all right. So yeah, it looks like more updates, right? Right, Vic? Is this okay?
Yeah.
Is this okay with you? Is this
What,
okay
the
with
update?
you? Yeah.
The update? Oh yeah, it's definitely okay. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. Next Friday, don't know what they'll be adding. Like there's still a couple weapons missing. I think they're going to be going back to Arsenal Demolition. Because right now, like, Arsenal Demolition is kind of blocked. You can't reach it for matchmaking. So I think they're focusing on Arms Race just this week.
And the other thing is, like, they still have another game mode to release, right? The like bank robber one or cops and robbers. Or whatever.
Bank Robber is actually just an Arsenal Demolition map.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, guy portion. But they've got VIP mode. They're going to be adding that back.
Yep. Okay. That's true.
They've also got zombie mode, which is probably going to be added as DLC.
Yeah,
Maybe around
afterwards.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Also on from up Valve TF2, and this is where I'm going to start my rant. I've been okay thus far with TF2 adding new items and stuff in game to monopolize on the game in some form or fashion. But this new update where they add "You are quite welcome," they added 3 new hats, and the way these hats work is there's only one in the whole world, and they rotate from person to person based on what happens in that day. So, for example, if you are the person who buys the most stamps in one for that day, you will get
Map stamps.
map stamps. You will get the map stamp hat. If you are the one who wins the most duels, you will get the duel hat. If you are the one who gives the most gifts, you will get the gift hat. So these hats move from person to person on a daily basis. So I'm okay with them adding stuff to the game, like before these hats, but these hats are now adding a metagame to the store, right? It's really just people now competing in the store, and whoever has the most money will get these new hats. I don't give a shit about the hats. I'm not complaining because I'm never going to get the hats because I'm never going to spend $1,000 in the Team Fortress store. But I'm just complaining because the whole idea of having a metagame in the store, in the Manco store, is absolutely retarded, and it is so greedy of Valve to do something like this.
How is it greedy? You don't get anything from these hats. You don't get anything. They have absolutely no effect.
No, I know they have no effect, and I'm
You only
glad
get to keep them one day, and they're done.
It seems like Valve is really taking advantage of their customer base, and I know the customers will do this
hold on,
only
just
if they want to.
Just a second. The thing is, map stamps, money from map stamps goes directly to the map makers.
Goes to the mappers. That's
Dueling minigames can also be obtained through drops, like they're not store exclusive. So pretty much the only thing in there that's actually store exclusive and that's going to make Valve money is gifts. So this isn't really a money grab. I mean, it's okay with me.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
I get the idea that Valve is kind of getting a bit more daring with their microtransaction stuff, but I wouldn't call this, something bad. In fact, I think it's a really good idea. And think about it. I mean, people are buying so many gifts. If you get on server right now, your drop rate is actually going to be effectively double because people are opening so many gifts.
Yeah, I'm not saying the players won't advantage from this, but I mean, like, I don't know. It just seems like a cheap move, in my opinion.
It's maybe it's a bit cheap. I mean, I get what you're saying, but no, I don't think it's anything worth ranting over. Like, if we ever see kind of this store exclusive weapon that kills everyone on the server instantly, something like that. No, not that exaggerated. Then I think we've got the right to complain. But at the moment, I think Valve is still within the realm of plausibility with this stuff.
Okay. And what's this about strange parts? I didn't read this section.
What do you mean? Oh,
strange parts can be added in crates now. What's that?
Yeah. So now there's some new crates, and if you open them up, there's a chance that you'll get a strange part. Now, what the strange part is, it's kind of like this tool item that you can use on one of these strange weapons. So it tracks additional statistics.
Right, yeah.
Like one of these things is airborne enemies killed. So if you use that, your strange weapon description is going to have that same statistic just right down. So you can only add 3 strange parts to a strange weapon. Because otherwise it'd probably get pretty crazy. Like you have this huge description and 10 different statistics it's tracking. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool addition. Emmanuel, have you been seeing this?
What's a map's name?
It's like this. Actually, it doesn't really do anything.
It's a good question.
It's not even an item. Like you buy it and you get a World Traveler hat, and each stamp you buy kind of like adds to that stamp count on your hat, and each cent you pay on a map stamp goes straight to the community map maker. Like all the map stamps are for community maps only.
Yeah, it's a way for you to say thank you to the community map maker that Valve published, right?
And Valve doesn't get any money for it?
Valve doesn't get any money from map stamps.
Wow, isn't that so cool?
It is.
So that's the stamp hat. Alright, so those are the additions of TF2. Also, this week, there was an interview with Chet, Eric, and Jay Pinkerton over on Game Trailers with Jeff Keighley. And basically, it was the normal run-of-the-mill stuff we would expect every week from Valve. But also, they said that Meet the Pyro is officially done, and that they're also going to be working. They're also working on unannounced things. It sounds like they're going to do another group development session, like they did with right before Portal 2, where F-Stop sort of came in to it all, and they hope to do another one of those soon. And we're going to see Meet the Pyro soon. So, good announcements overall. Where are you going, Emmanuel? What the hell are you doing?
I'm getting some key lime pie.
Alright. Also, Lambda Generation, I guess we should have talked about this earlier. Evolution of Italy. This is an awesome video, Vic. You did such a good job on this.
Well, I did kind of a bit, but David did most of the editing and directing.
But you took the screenshots.
Yeah, I took the screenshots. Yeah, so this is kind of how long is it? 5-minute video.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Basically a slideshow comparison of the classic beloved CSLV, all the way from CS 1.6 to Condition 0, Source, and finally the Look, so we've got cool soundtrack. We've got the original Pavarotti song that was played during the map. Now it isn't.
Nope.
CS:GO.
They replaced it with like a cabinet.
Yeah, no. It's actually still a jukebox, but it doesn't do anything. I don't think you can even break it.
Oh.
Which is kind of a shame. I mean, maybe they don't have the rights yet. I'm really hoping that it's kind of like a temporary thing. But yeah, it doesn't map just yet. So this is kind of an in-depth comparison.
It's a really good comparison. You did good.
Yeah. Different points of view all over the map, and kind of transitioning from the CS 1.6 version to Condition 0, Source, and Global Offensive. I wish I could have done some more of this because there was one big change in the underground wine cellar.
Oh yeah,
they changed the entire area completely, and that was kind of the biggest change.
They really changed the hostage area too, right?
A bit, yeah. So it's kind of this big change in that wine cellar area that I really wanted to kind of show off. But the thing is that it's been changed so much that I couldn't actually do it at all. So I kind of settled for showing off the doors, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But this ended up pretty well.
Yeah, it's a good video. Check it out. Dota 2 blog. They got a new hero here. It is Lone Druid, and you can check out.
Oh shit!
Why?
Lone Druid.
Is he good?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh shit! Check it out.
Whoa.
It's still in beta, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also in beta. It's in both. It's in beta.
Yeah, like you've got beta within a beta.
Yeah,
it's a Dota 2 test. You know, it's crazy.
So.
When's it due to be released?
We don't know really. They just said 2012, and that's about it.
So there's a video here that Intel posted. It's basically just Gabe Newell talking about how awesome the Intel processor is. And you can also just basically look at how epic Gabe Newell's beard is now.
It's unbelievable.
Holy shit! It's like he's not even cutting that thing. I got a picture of it right now.
He's talking about the Intel processor?
He's talking about the Sandy Bridge, yeah.
Why?
Oh man, you gotta put headphones on or something. Or mute the YouTube video. Mute the YouTube video. Skip to about halfway, Emmanuel.
I thought he hated like
I work at Valve,
like product placement.
to talk about our upcoming game.
Anyway, Emmanuel, you gotta put headphones on or mute the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going for like the Robin Williams look.
He does look a little bit like Robin Williams, doesn't he?
It looks good though. I like it.
Yeah, it looks okay. The cool thing is here, and I saw this in the comments, is he's wearing a hat, and the hat. Did you see this, Vic?
I didn't notice it.
Okay, the hat that he is, it's like Paravel, and Paravel is an opera written. Oh, I gotta find it. It was an opera originally written in like 1861, and it was a 3-part opera, right? And
yeah, go on.
And so it was originally started in like 1861 or something like that, some year, and it took them 25 years to release the 3rd part of the opera. Isn't that hilarious? He's just wearing a hat referencing that.
That's genius.
That is so genius.
That is absolutely incredible.
I wonder who came up with that. Someone at Valve must have said, "Hey, Gabe, you know what'd be really funny?
I'm gonna look up the opera. Paravel Opera. I probably spelled it wrong. I don't know. It was done by... Oh, shit. The comment's not here. It used to be the top comment. Why isn't it not the top comment?
Parsifal, right?
What's that?
Maybe they censored it because it was kind of a secret. Crazy.
Parsifal. I'm gonna look it up. Parsifal Opera. Here we go. I think I got it right, spelled right now. Wikipedia. Okay. I'm opening up the Wikipedia page for the viewers, and I'm also gonna read it off as soon as it loads because my internet's really so fucking slow. Okay, so it was opera written in 3 acts by Richard Wagner. It started in... First conceived the work in 1857.
Yeah.
And... I don't know. When was it released? I'm trying to find it.
But it was not finished until
25. That's all I got.
Yeah,
25
years. It took them to release the third episode of the Parsifal Opera. That's so funny. That's so funny. That's such a good pun. That's the only thing I got out of that video. Okay, also, moving on, Phronix.
I sent you something on Steam.
Oh, you sent me something on Steam?
Yeah,
Okay, let me open it, and then you can talk about it right now. Okay, go for it.
Okay, so, today was, yesterday, I don't know, no American time zones, confusing, crazy. At the Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, Valve and Dark Horse announced that they're going to be releasing the Art of Portal 2, which is going to be this almost 200-page long hardcover art book containing concept art, sketches, renders, and commentary from Valve on Portal 2. Scheduled release on 31st of October. No word on the price tag just yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be like $25 or something like that. They've got some never-before-seen art, kind of as a preview over at Kotaku, but I've linked it in the actual article for Lamb Generation. Some really cool stuff. Like they've got this cool-looking moon vista. They've got this really awesome-looking landscape in Destroyed Aperture. So it's some pretty cool stuff, and this is kind of going to be the raising the bar of Portal 2.
And this is what the art books look like from Dark Horse. They're like this big. Look at it next to the size of my head. It is fucking giant. And
oh, whoa, that's huge.
And this is it opened to give you an idea of how massive the art is in this book.
And it's really high resolution.
Yeah, so like it's perfect. It's awesome. This is the sacrifice, and where's the portal? Here's some TF2 stuff. So like it's huge.
That's loose cannon, right?
It's a huge, yeah, I think so. It's a huge book. It's a giant, and this one was only, I don't know if you can see that. This one was only $30.
Oh.
So there you go.
Fascinating. That was.
I love comics.
$30.
What's that?
That was a really good investment of $30.
It is. I think so. I'll get one of these. I look forward to this. The Art of Portal 2. But most of this is already in the Portal 2 Collector's Guide, isn't it?
Some of it.
Because I own that too.
Be.
It's downstairs.
I'm pretty sure they're going to have lots of exclusive stuff, though.
Yeah. Emmanuel's getting all comfortable. You taking a nap, buddy?
Maybe.
Alright, also, like I was saying, on Phronix?
Yeah, I think it's that.
Phronix. They got an email from Gabe Newell, and at first they thought it was fake. It reads...
I'm pretty sure it's fake.
Well, I don't know. Hold on. He says, we are running into a bunch of performance issues in Linux drivers, e.g. blah, blah, blah. We are looking for somebody to work on these performance issues. If you know of anyone we should talk to, I appreciate getting in contact with them. And then it says, update, I've now been able to obtain independent confirmation with Valve. This isn't an April Fool's joke or anything else. They're in need of more Linux folks. We'll try to get more information to share. So it's been confirmed that it's real.
After the first of the month. So that sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? After the
Yeah, he says it's not an April Fool's joke, though.
I don't know.
If somebody says this is not an April Fool's joke, then you could pretty much say it's not an April Fool's joke.
I don't know. I've seen this kind of stuff from them before. Like they're always trying to say that Valve is up to Linux stuff. It's always going to be uncertain because the Linux audience for games is even smaller than the Mac
Oh
audience.
yeah,
So
so tiny.
I don't really know.
I
if this
don't
is
see the
true.
point in Linux gaming.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Exactly. So, and even if it is true, I
I'm
think it
sorry,
might
Linux
just be
gamers.
it might just be them kind of doing their Linux stuff because they use Linux pretty heavily in house, especially for their hosting.
Hmm.
So it could be just that, I believe. Sure, it does mention that they're compiling a shader, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And the signature sounds weird. I've never received this kind of signature from
I've
Gabe
never
before.
seen that signature either from Gabe. So,
Hmm.
yep, that is weird. You're right.
So it could be true, but I wouldn't get too excited over it.
Yeah, the
Could be
signature
true.
looks fake. But anyway. The other thing I wanted to say is that tomorrow is April Fool's, and April Fool's is the worst fucking day in gaming history. Fucking hate April Fools. We will not be
You're
doing
gonna
anything because I hate it.
you're
And
gonna
that's
love
not
the site.
and that's not
You're
like
gonna
a
love.
joke. That's not like me saying we're not doing anything. And we are actually doing something. We're not doing anything. Hate April Fools. So next week episode of Podcast 17 will suck big time because we
You're
will
gonna
have
love
to
the
cover
site tomorrow. You're gonna love the site tomorrow.
we're gonna have to cover all the fucking April Fool's news. So don't listen to next week's show. Skip episode 182.
That's some really counterproductive advice you got
It will
there.
be terrible. Hate April Fools so much. Anyway, so I just wanted to warn everybody to be on their toes tomorrow. you would say that that I got burnt once before by April Fools.
Really?
But I haven't.
How'd you get burnt?
No, I haven't. I was just with all my spite and anger. Okay, let's move on to Media Blitz.
I've got something.
Yeah, I got something too, but you go first. What do you want?
Dear Esther, did you have that?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. What's up?
So right now the Chinese room are debuting their non-Steam version of the game. It's kind of completely portable, DRM free. It's right on their satellite. They've got the store page. You can just double-click it. You don't need Steam or anything. It's just the Steam-free version, completely DRM-free. It's kind of like the good old game version.
It's
But
it's still on the source engine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still on.
I'm surprised they can do this.
Yeah, how did they release it without Steam?
Because source doesn't really require Steam.
No, I know it doesn't require Steam, but I'm surprised Valve lets them do that. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised. It's just it's cool. It's the first time we've seen it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I can see it, but I don't know.
Emmanuel, fix your webcam.
What's wrong with it?
We're looking at your Greek hair.
So it's completely hassle-free, no need to be online, but obviously there's no Steam features, there's no Steam Cloud functionality, there's no Steam overlay. They're also hinting that they're going to be doing some Mac stuff, like they're still working on the Mac OS version. They're saying more versions going to become available pretty soon. It's cool.
Yep, very cool. All right, I want to talk about 1187. Oops, I closed Dear Esther for a second. I want to talk about 1187, and looks like they're done Rogue Train, which is the DLC for 1187. They got a trailer up here. The final trailer for Rogue Train, it looks awesome. It's a single-player DLC. It's not going to be cooperative. And I just want to say, everybody subscribe to 1187. Look forward to this. I expect it in the next couple of weeks, I'd say.
Yeah,
Looks
it's probably
done.
going to be out released soon.
Looks done.
Looks really promising.
Yep. It definitely looks very promising. So that was my contribution. Anything else from you, Vic, or Emmanuel? I don't think Emmanuel has anything.
Hold on, I'm taking a look right now. Natural Selection 2, if I may.
Okay, sure.
I was going to talk about that actually. You stole it from me.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Sorry.
Talk away.
Yeah.
Can you believe that they still haven't released it yet?
I know, it's crazy. I'm surprised they haven't released it either.
When was the first one released? 2001?
2002, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't
So
remember the date.
he's had 10 years, right, to figure out how to,
Yeah.
code, and he somehow managed to not do that.
It's ready. I think it's ready now. I think, like, if you watch this newest video, it looks like it's in a very playable state. They just haven't released it yet. Right?
You know what, though? It would have been ready to play 4 or 5 years ago if he had just stayed on the source.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true, I guess. But
But now we get to play his buggy, stupid, horrible interpretation of what an engine should be. Even though, let's completely disregard the fact that this company based in Seattle has a team of computer scientists and engineers perfecting this engine. Let's do my interpretation of what an engine should be, which is to say it won't work and it will be buggy.
Are you
And
spiteful?
it'll run like gas.
I think it's pretty solid now. It used to be buggy.
I think it's pretty silly. I mean, the idea
Yeah,
that
you too. You're on a manual team?
They had this special edition thing, and they don't even have any retail plans, any Steam plans, and they were saying that it would be out like years ago, and nothing happened, but they still withdrew the special edition. These guys have no idea what they're doing.
Okay.
And the only way you can get it now, like you can't pre-order, you have to pre-order it.
When you buy a car, right? When you buy a car, let's say you go buy a Ford Cobalt,
Okay.
Chevy Cobalt. When you buy the Chevy Cobalt, when they designed the car, they designed everything except for some parts that would be too expensive to design themselves. So what they do is there's maybe like 100 engines in the American domestic market that you circle throughout all of these cars. Okay, the number's wrong, but the point is that one engine gets used in like 5 or 6 different cars. But the reason for that isn't because it's better for the cars. They do it because if they spend all their time designing engines, then their cars wouldn't get done well. They wouldn't be very good cars. So I don't see why he insisted on working on something that didn't need to be worked on.
Fair enough.
Or he could have gone to UT3, which no one does, and they should. So what about the pricing though? I'm curious about this.
I think I paid $10 for this at one time for the full. I mean, I own it, but the price has definitely gone up because now you can get it on the Humble Bundle for $34,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
$35, and but you were able to get it way cheaper before. Oh, my
Have you
camera
played
is
it?
on. I have played it. I played the early builds. Like I said in the last couple episodes, I haven't revisited it since probably about 100 builds, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I revisited Natural Selection 2, so
It
I
must be-
said I'm gonna wait until it's out. Oops, I didn't mean to close that.
Well, that's never gonna happen. Was it
Yeah.
fun?
It was okay. It was really buggy when I played it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? What was so buggy?
It felt like, I don't know, it felt like a cheap FPS. You know, like those games where like you don't really feel like you're in an environment. The environment is just moving around you. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's what it felt like. It didn't feel like I was properly placed in the FPS. The engine didn't feel like it was interacting with me properly. I don't know. I can't explain it. It just didn't feel right. I really can't explain it. Anyway, I want to talk about Fabulae Occupationis, and this is a mod that we've covered before. They got a new trailer up. It's basically, it looks like it's the story of a rebel or a citizen within City 17 or some part of the occupation, and his joining of the Civil Protection Unit. It looks really cool, and the trailer looks really awesome. And I'm very much looking forward to this release. They said they're going to release it towards Q4 2012, but the trailer looks very polished. So check this out. Check them out. This is Fabulae Occupationis. So, Vic, do you have anything else on Media Blitz? I don't know if I have much else.
Yeah, no more room in hell.
Okay. Oh yeah, Manuel, you're in this.
Yeah, Manuel. So they've released their a compilation of short stories from the short story competition from last year.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, the winning one is by Darren Bluehawk Bolin. But there's a bunch of other stories, including yours, Emmanuel.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, let me see.
You're
Yeah,
actually
it's in
you're
there.
actually second,
Yeah.
which tells me that you might have came in second place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
No, it's titled MNRIH by Emmanuel Manshura.
Oh shit! Yeah. Wait. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're
Something
second.
like that.
Oh, that's cool. You can read my shittily written story. that no one
I
really
thought it was
liked.
really good, actually. I don't know why
Yeah, I
you're so
liked
hard
it.
on yourself. I like
It was. I mean, it was. Yeah, but it wasn't good. It was just interesting. I don't know if that makes sense.
Let's see
But
here.
it's fine. But it only took them 6 months to release. Jesus.
Yeah, it took them a long time to get this out, and somebody's
Yeah.
messaging me on my phone.
We're
But
also working on beta 1.04. They're gonna be adding apparently some new game mode mechanics. Flooded, which I'm guessing is a new map. And also hiring. They're hiring level designers and prop modelers. It's pretty cool.
4:23 or 4:32 a.m. I'm not sure how long I've been in this supply closet. While not a janitor, I now consider myself an expert on the ingredients and labeled the use of 32 different cleaners. But I suppose I'll explain how I got here. It all started at 4:32 a.m. this morning. That's the opening.
Can we just spend the rest of the podcast just reading these out loud?
That's the opening of Emanuel's story called No More Room in Hell.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's not yours?
That's
No.
a different
Oh.
story.
I thought that was yours. Wasn't yours Jake, including Jake? Oh no, you're third in this. No wait, you're
Yeah,
not
I'm
third
all the
in
way
this.
down there, buddy.
You're 42nd. There's 42. There's more than 42 pages in this thing. Oh my god, where are you here?
You're not reading out loud. I will fucking punch you in the face.
Why? Why don't you want me to read it out loud?
Because it's A, I wrote it a long time ago. B, it does. You know, I mean, no one likes having their
found it.
things read out loud.
1J! Concussions are
That's-
fantastically interesting thing. That's yours, right?
Nope.
Yeah, that is. You don't know you're concussed when you've had a concussion. You're not really around for the concussion.
Oh God, when you say it out loud, it just makes it even worse.
You slip in and out of consciousness, but you don't remember it. 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 years later.
You're
won't-
not helping it with your diction, man.
You won't recall anything. You don't
You sound
remember
like
the
Matthew
gray
Bryden
haze
when you're
induced
reading
by
it.
your prefrontal cortex smashing into your neurocranium. All you
Whoa.
remember is that you were feeling slightly uncomfortable. That's the opening paragraph
Are
of
we done
Emanuel's.
now?
I'm
Can we
sorry.
stop that?
Yeah, we're done.
Wait,
done.
on the video, does it actually show you reading it?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's
I
horrible.
got it open. Okay. I don't have any. Do you have anything else now, Vic?
Not really.
Okay.
Nothing really notable.
All right, so let's talk
Sorry.
about discussion here, and I made an update to the agenda. Maybe it'll come up. But the first thing on discussion here is Planet Phillip interviewed Mika Riklia, and you might not know who that is because his real name on the internet is Mega. You ever played Mega
Whoa.
Maps? Mega's awesome.
Who's that?
Mega is a very, very, very good designer, mapper for the Half-Life community. He makes a lot of just Half-Life 2 maps. They usually are full of puzzles. Like they almost feel really close to research and development, the way he maps. Planet Phillip's got a whole collection of his maps on his site. I think there's over 10 at least. But he finally got a chance to interview him. They talk about his mapping, his maps, his map names, and why there are so many mappers from Finland. So it sounds like a pretty cool interview. Check it out. And there's a video here that was tipped by Aaron. It was posted on Kotaku. It's called "Every Half-Life Fan's Worst Nightmare." It's a short story.
Oh, I saw this.
It's actually pretty funny.
I saw this. Yeah, I saw this before Kotaku picked it up. I
It's-
saw it before it was cool.
It's a very good. I don't know. It's a very good compilation. Anyway, it's every Half-Life fan's worst nightmare. It's a story about E3 and Gabe showing up at E3 and his announcement. We'll leave it at that. So you can check it out.
I wrote Philip had me write a thing for Planet Phillip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be out in a million years.
All right, and lastly on discussion, this was added last minute by Vic, actually. It was on GameSpot, and it's part of the series called Escape from Mount Stupid. And in this episode, this is the beginning of Season 2, I guess, but in this episode he goes over the awesomeness that is Half-Life. It's a really, really, it's probably my second favorite next to Gooseman's interpretation of the Half-Life series. It's really great.
Yes,
it's fantastic.
yeah, it's really long. It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's
It's
fantastic.
really in depth. Like it's it's huge. It goes through the history, it goes through the actual game itself. It's really awesome.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Definitely check this out, and it's a good compilation as well. It's very well produced, which is important to me. So take a listen. So, in the last words, I guess, do you guys have anything else you want to cover?
I want you to look at something, okay?
Oh god, here we go. What are we looking at? Is that your cat?
What is it?
That's my cat.
I should go scene 2, so that everybody can see it.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, fair enough.
Enough of the cat.
Okay, so last word from me, I guess. I just want to remind everybody we had the All Points Bulletin out. We want a dedicated reviewer. You must have YouTube experience. Or you don't have to have YouTube experience, but it's a plus. And you have to be willing to do YouTube postings for our reviews. No payment, but you get games for free. Everybody likes free games, right? And
I don't. I hate free games.
And
I hate how they're free, and then all that stuff. So what are we? When are we gonna release all the? I'm sorry.
Reviews?
When are we gonna release all of the? I'm having a brain fart.
That's because you're sleeping. Okay, so if you want to join...
When are we going to release all the reviews that we're releasing soon?
Because we don't have any done. That's why we need a dedicated reviewer. So if you are that dedicated reviewer, if you want to review games for Podcast 17, email Gerardo, Gerardo @podcast17.com. You're not too late at all. And shout-outs go to Megafat, Game Ender, Risewick, and Svenar for being slaves to the Overmind. And that's it. That's another episode of Podcast 17 The Cat. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wave, Emmanuel.
Goodbye.
Wave goodbye.
Bye.